So this is a session we're doing experimentally with the BioSpect. It's a bioresonance device developed in Switzerland and Russia, based on a long line of bioresonance devices. It is one that I've found very powerful. I've tried a number of other bioresonance machines, Oberon, Core Energetics, and some of the cheap Chinese ones, and not very satisfactory results. So to do a scientific verification, we're using the BioWell to measure the chakras before, using GDV, gas discharge visualization technique. I've had maybe 150 people on that, and it's consistently shown meaningful and repeatable results. It's actually, the BioWell is used very widely in energetic medicine for testing and verification. So this is Marie-Hélène from France, who's the trainer of Ludovine, who's here. The box in front of Ludovine is the BioSpect itself, yeah. And you can see on the screen the image of what happens when Marie-Hélène operates the device. So we're going to do, having done my reading first of all on BioWell, do an energetic clearing, and then we'll see what happens. So these magnetic headphones go on me, and this is for treatment. It brings, again, it feels like a magnetic pulsing or electrical pulsing into my body. And are we all ready to start now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to hold this here, and then any comments, Ludovine will be translating from French.
On peut commencer.
Alors, on va travailler sur les chakras, hein? C'est bien ça?
We are going to work on the chakra and the energy difference level of energy body.
Okay.
Pour ça, on a deux cibles possibles.
So we have two places where we can check the chakras and the different energetical bodies.
Dans le sang,
in the blood,
dans les intestins.
And in intestine.
On peut aussi le faire dans le cœur.
We can also go in the heart place.
Et parfois on le fait aussi dans le cerveau.
And sometimes in the brain.
Là, on va aller dans le sang et dans les intestins pour voir un petit peu qu'est-ce qui se passe au niveau des chakras et des corps énergétiques.
So we are going to go in the blood and the intestine to see what's happened at the level of chakras and energetical bodies.
Donc, on avait fait l'analyse et donc on a sélectionné chakras et corps énergétiques.
So we just like run the analyze already and we select chakras and energetical bodies.
Et là, on a la liste des 7 chakras et des 7 corps énergétiques.
So we have the list of the 7 chakras and 7 energetical bodies.
Plus méridien de conception et le méridien gouverneur.
So and we have two meridians, the meridian of the conceptions and the governor meridian.
Les principaux en fait.
The two main meridians. Two principal meridians.
Donc là, on voit au niveau des artères situées dans la tête.
So at the level of arteries in the head.
Qu'on a une liste de méridiens et de chakras qui montrent des perturbations.
So we can see a list of the chakras who are a little bit like show a little distortions.
Et on voit principalement le corps mental qui est très perturbé là.
So we can see a distortion at the level of the mental body.
Donc ce qu'on fait, c'est qu'on demande à la machine qu'est-ce que lui il sélectionne comme étant le plus perturbé.
So we ask the machine first to select which ones is the more imbalance.
Et c'est le corps mental.
It's the mental body who show up.
Donc on pourrait se contenter de réguler celui-là, Mais comme les autres sont assez forts également, on va tous les sélectionner.
So we could just like work on this one, but like the other one show up, so we are going to select all of them.
Alors on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corps énergétiques qui sont perturbés.
We have 6 energetical body who have some perturbation.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 et 6 chakras.
And 6 chakra. And this, it's at the level of the energetical body, at the level of maybe in the memories of the cells. So it's not because of what you are doing, you know, you exercise every day, but it's like much, much more deeper and can come from birth and even before your birth. So we are at the root of some problems.
Donc on va les rééquilibrer. Pour ça, on va envoyer le modèle qu'on a créé. On va envoyer la fréquence, la meilleure fréquence en quantité et en qualité que l'appareil va sélectionner lui-même et qu'il va déterminer lui-même en fonction des perturbations constatées.
All the perturbation we just like check, the machine is going to create the absolute perfect curves and the right frequency, and is going to send this right frequency to the body.
Pour neutraliser, voire inverser, annuler les effets perturbés.
To neutralize and even like inverted the perturbation of in this body, in all this energetical body.
Ok. Et on va faire la même chose, on va voir si au niveau de l'intestin, on a la même chose. Mais avant d'y aller, je vais envoyer ce qu'on appelle une métathérapie, c'est-à-dire une information correctrice, la meilleure information qu'aurait dû recevoir cette zone si le corps n'avait pas reçu des chocs émotionnels qui sont venus perturber.
After this, she's working directly on this area and she sends the right frequency that the body will have received if he will not have this kind of imbalance, like, you know, like perturbation. So the machine is sending the right frequency that the brain will have been obliged to send if everything was in great order.
Et donc là, on va regarder la comparaison. On va faire une comparaison sur le avant et après.
And now we are going to compare before and after the treatment.
Donc là, on voit qu'on a des informations assez perturbées. On a du 4 en fait.
So we can see that we have some perturbation at this level because we have number 4, like you have the white, the yellow, the pink, and this one is like 4th level of perturbation.
Donc ça c'est avant et ça c'est après.
And after, we can see that the all pink one was like number 4 and number 5 even. So that just changed, the frequency changed.
Donc on voit immédiatement l'effet reçu au niveau des zones traitées.
So we can see immediately the effect at the level of this area who has been treated.
Et quand on regarde les courbes, ça c'est la courbe avant. Donc
so
c'est la courbe
this was
initiale.
the curves of your organs before. So this is the organ, and this is the energy the brain is spending to make your organ working. So this is before.
Et on regarde les écarts. Là, il y a des écarts.
And we see the difference in between the blue and the red.
Et après, on voit, on n'est pas encore dans la courbe idéale, mais les écarts commencent à être réduits. En fait.
So we are not in the perfect curve, but the difference between the two curves is reducing already.
Donc si on compare, on voit là, il y a une amélioration, là il y a une amélioration, une petite amélioration. Et on a reçu, on a envoyé 66% d'informations correctrices.
So we send like 66% of corrective information, that your body takes 66%.
Is it common to be able to correct that percentage, or does it depend on the person's ability
It's depend.
energetically.
Yes, it depends on the person's ability to receive energy, opening as well, and if you are under medication as well. Because if you take some treatment, it can block the effect of the machine. Sometimes it can be only 10% or 5%.
Et ce qu'il reçoit là continue à travailler dans les 15 jours, 3 semaines.
And the treatment we've just sent is going to be like working in your body for 2 to 3 weeks. So from 15 to 21 days, it's going to still working.
So what it says, because I had a big response, my body is happy to receive
Yes.
this information.
And
And so it can reprogram the way my yang qi, my energy, my brain, my mental body is unconsciously sending pure information.
yes, so the pure information is like 66% like of reprogramming,
Right.
and it's going to work for 2 to 3 weeks and change what the information is going to send to this area.
And do you find that the brain will forget this program after that time, or because you've given new information to the brain, is it common for the brain to remember that new information, or does it have to be reprogrammed?
Normalement, l'information est assez stable,
Normally the information you receive is like quite stable.
sauf si on traverse une zone de turbulence, ce que j'appelle une zone de turbulence.
Unless we are in a turbulence zone, like you are living a big stress in your life, so the information don't stay too long if you don't do something yourself to change. It's not the magic stick, we don't like fix everything in one time. We send the right information and your body is doing the rest. But if consciously you don't do nothing to change what's happened and what do the perturbation in your body, it's like, okay, it's like...
So if we came back in 3 weeks and did the same exact sequence,
We
and
see
my
the
body will
improvement,
see-
yes.
Yeah, and then we could maybe make it closer still.
Yes.
Okay, great.
And we can see even sometimes bigger improvement, that the line can be just perfect.
And just to be clear, these can be perturbations from childhood or anything. It's not.
Yes, it's not like day to day.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's come from the root, like from when you're born even. So you have like, it's printed in your cellular memories, and it's just like, okay, has an impact on your body.
Yes, and the unconscious mind is holding all these old patterns. So the machine, just by pure information, gives it the capacity to upregulate and choose a new, more healthy, more harmonious program. Wonderful.
And it comes from genetic as well. So it can be an impact from your parents and your grandparents. So sometimes we don't even know why you behave this way or why we are sick, and it's not because of what you are doing in this life, but the impact of what we received.
Well, thank you very much. So now let's move to the BioWell, and then we'll see before and after the treatment.
Est-ce qu'on peut regarder juste avant au niveau de l'intestin pour voir un petit peu si c'est la même chose ou pas?
She would like just to have a look at the level of intestine to see if
Sure.
the information
of course, yeah.
is the same or not, because sometimes depending on each organ, it can have a distortion at different level of emotions.
Et comme l'intestin c'est le centre des émotions,
And
c'est
as the
intéressant.
intestine is the center of emotions, it's very interesting to compare.
Attends, je n'avais pas fait ça, je termine.
So she just sends metatherapy in the whole area of the brain.
To finish and to harmonize.
Wonderful.
And intestine. Okay. We don't have the same.
So at this level, it's like different. The emotions are not the same who influence this area.
Et c'est plutôt les chakras qui sont perturbés à ce niveau-là. Et le corps mental, le corps astral.
So this is more the chakras at this level who have a perturbation.
Et je vais quand même tous les sélectionner. Et là, les méridiens également rentrent en ligne de compte.
And the meridian as well are included in it.
So lower three chakras are showing up more.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So we do the same, we select everything, the machine creates a perfect frequency and sends it to your body.
And you normally only do the perfect frequency information when there's something quite major to change.
So this is different as what we've done before.
Okay.
Yes, before it's like when there is a big perturbation at physical levels and not at the emotions.
But for the energetic level, you would tune it to the
Yes.
ideal. Okay.
Yes.
Is the ideal the same for everyone?
No.
Or no. Okay, good.
For everybody is different. There is not one person who has the same
Okay,
ideal.
great.
It's yours. It's not like because
Like fingerprints,
yes,
it's
no,
unique.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
unique.
Okay, good. This is part of your biohologram in a sense.
Yes.
Ouais. On le voit au niveau de l'ADN, quand on regarde dans l'ADN, on voit que, enfin, au niveau des informations pathologiques, d'accord, c'est le résultat de ce qu'on a récupéré de notre filiation génétique plus ce qu'on a développé. Donc on voit bien qu'on est unique en fait.
At the level of the DNA, we really see that we are unique because we see that what we are is what we bring from our ancestor, more what we have developed in this life. You know, what's the impact of the life on ourselves, more what all the information we bring from our ancestor. Because we have everything. If our father or grandfather had big fears or emotional things, anger, whatever, it's like it sticks to us because we bring it with us.
Yes.
And this machine, we send like the right frequency in your intestine zone, and it's, I repeat it again, it's working at the level of the information, not at the level of the body. Yeah?
Yes. Fine.
So it's only the information that the brain sends to this area.
Et on travaille avec les photons en fait. Hein.
We are working with photon. All our body is photo, so we're working with the photon.
Ok. Fait.
The perfect curves after.
It was not very bad. No?
But we can see an improvement there.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
So now we can compare before and after.
Ok. Finish.
So here we are with the BioWell. I have the cover on it to stop external light coming out. It's running from a PC, and the BioWell is the GDV device, gas vapor GDV, gas discharge visualization. That's it. Now we had a previous reading here, just done, and what we're going to do is we'll do another. So full scan. Now I put each finger in. Now, as you probably know, the meridians end on the bottom of the fingernails. So it's reading the meridian lines, in other words, the energy associated with each meridian. And I'm starting with the right thumb. I'm placing it inside here, and then Ludwig is going to press scan. Okay, that's a good one. Has a tick, and then we'll carry on. Okay. So although you can tell some information just by looking at the patterns, it takes some very sophisticated algorithms to analyze it and map it onto more familiar things like chakras. So now moving on to the left hand. Next one. So it's actually a pretty simple and fast technique. It's well known for monitoring these kind of things. So it's a great independent tester. All right. So when it finishes, I'll just pop it back to analyze. And then what we're going to do is take the last two readings. Okay, these two, and I'm going to compare them. So I hit compare. Let's have a look at the compare menu. Okay, that's better. So it moved into compare. Now I select this and this. So actually compare these two. Yeah, okay. So compare. Now it gives a number of views here. This is the see, time there is 14:57. That's the first one. The second one over here on the right, 5:45. So you can see some things are actually different. That's interesting. Now here are the chakras.
Bigger.
Before and afterwards. So Muladhara state about the same. It's really interesting. The system has given me more in Manipura, third chakra. So more power. I wonder if that's to give me more ability to heal. But it's energized me. Let's put it that way. And to do that, it's drawn the upper chakras in. So actually that's what the BioSpect was saying, that I was disturbed in the lower ones, and that's where the major movement has been. And particularly second chakra is emotional. So actually, if you just focus on these two, you can see that my rootedness, my earth element, the Muladhara chakra, has actually come directly into alignment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's brought my emotions more internally. And I would say my power, my external power in the third chakra, Manipura, has moved more external. So that would result in me being more powerful in the outside world. My heart has come to the center. My heart before was more internalized, so I was taking care of myself more internally. And it really hasn't affected the upper three chakras. So
this one is bigger.
Yeah, actually my spiritual one's
and
more.
This one.
Yeah, it is a little bit bigger. So let's have a look at a few more of the comparisons. So we did that. You can actually see here the movement from one to the other if you... Okay, so that makes it a little bit clearer. So yeah, the things I was saying, definitely you can see that pattern showing up. And you're right, that is a bit clearer. So...
And this one too, you see?
Yeah, it's moved more internal. That's what I often find, is if there's a movement, a pronounced movement in one chakra, the others tend to move to compensate. It's like the energy's taken from them to feed the one that we're really working on. It's moved me, I'm in the optimal region in terms of my emotions, because I'm a pretty calm person. My energy has improved, but from their point of view, ideal energy is actually smaller spheres. If you have what you might call excess energy, you have energy available to give to others. But if you're just looking after your own system, I'm running a lot of energy, basically, and that's quite normal for me. The left-right symmetry already was good, but it's actually brought it into the middle of the optimal range. And then the same with my organ balance. So it's balanced me and brought me, I would say, more into the optimal range emotionally, which is the second chakra.
And this, we are just, at the beginning of the treatment, and like Marilyn told you, it's going to work for 15 to 21 days to rebalance everything.
Yeah.
So this is just
my immediate
like
response.
Immediate response,
Now, what's interesting here is, this is actually really good, but you can see that before, it wasn't such a perfect circle. That's really unusual. The ideal is that all the organs, as you can see mapped around here, are just inside this. Often it can go out to the outside, or even if somebody's not doing well, collapse to the center. That's on the left side. On the right side, yeah, it's taken away the perturbations. So there's actually, everything's improved. Nothing really much going on. Mammary glands, I guess I need to improve my breath. Okay, so this is showing, you see, if my energy was what they regard as optimal, it wouldn't be strong. But I have a lot of what you might call excess energy in these organs. I don't think that's particularly a problem, but it would be if I wasn't doing my practice and taking care of myself energetically. I could burn out. I think that's what they're pointing out. Got balance. So it says there are only a few things that are showing up. And before and after, they've actually improved. They got, interesting, become stronger. All right. And then this shows, you can go into detail on each finger. Okay, so that's very interesting. There we are. So that's the comparison. We worked in the BioSpect on my emotions, which the BioSpect said lower three chakras, worked on the intestines. Those three chakras showed up as where the major work was going on. The other chakras compensated for that work. And so I would regard what we're seeing here as actually a correlation, independent correlation of the BioSpect's analysis.